And all things are possible to God. Therefore, all things are possible to your imagination. And everything you see in this world was first only imagined. It had to be first imagined. This little thing called Xerox, this man called Carlson invented it. No one showed any interest. And in the 1930s, he brought it out. He was a physicist, and he knew it would work. But no one showed any interest, but he first had to imagine it. And then he executed it. Still they would not accept it. Then comes one with real imagination, who was awake, only 36 years old, in a business that he inherited from his father, and he saw the potential. And he was willing to take all the earnings of 12 years, plus what he could borrow in loans and what he could get in issuing new stock. And he put $75 million into a project because he imagined it and believed it. He saw the reality. If I begin to imagine now, and suddenly before my eyes comes the solid reality of what I'm imagining, who is going to tell me it isn't real? I can show it to someone else, but to me it's real. I saw it. Well, then I will go all out and sell everything I have to prove it to the world. If I had interest in business, my father did that. Every morning after breakfast, he would sit down in what we call the Berbice chair and put his feet out on the arms of a chair. It's a chair made in the West Indies. And there he would simply, with his eyes partly shut, he would see the day as he wanted it to be. He would carry on mental conversations with men he had to meet that day from his premises and brought them to his conclusions. And that's how he worked. And my brother Victor did the same thing. It doesn't matter what things look like in the world. He sees it as he wants to see it. And things come up, and now they've made millions. But millions in a little tiny place like Barbados. Put him here, he will be in the Xerox setup. Because he has a vivid imagination and he knows how to use it. But as Blake said, that the nature of visionary fancy or imagination is very little understood. They don't understand it. He said, everything I see in my world is vision. The tree is vision. You think it's a solid reality? I can bring it before my mind's eye. It is just as solid as that. So I can make everything real. I know from my own experience. But I have no interest in business. I certainly could actually take a business concept and bring it to the point where I could see it to be real. But I have no desire whatsoever to go into business. So, my visions are based upon someone asking help of me, or the Bible, bringing it out from its so-called Satan, and actually seeing it as something real into my world. And it's real. All these things are real. The Bible is reality from beginning to end, but it's all vision. From Genesis to Revelation, the whole thing is vision. It's not any little concepts that our churches tell you about. So I ask you to test it, to put it into essence is this: believe in God. You believe in God, believe in your imagination, for that's God. So when you're told in the 14th of John, you believe in God, believe in me also. He's telling you he and the Father are one. He tells you later on in that same chapter, you see me, you see the Father. So you believe in God the Father, believe in me also. And I am your imagination. Now believe in that and you can't go wrong. Believe in the reality of your imaginal acts and they all become facts. Every one of them. And I do hope you will start now if you haven't started. I ask nothing of you in the way of Caesar's world, not one penny. But I would like confirmation in the form of a letter. I love to feel that you're getting the result. But you don't have to share with me the fruit of this principle. I'm not asking for that at all. I've never asked for it. I've been doing this since 1938. And I've never made an appeal from my platform or in any other form to raise money. I have never. And today I would quit and go elsewhere before I would ask you for one great penny. outside of the price you pay when you come here. I have to pay for this place, and so it has to be defrayed, expensive. But I have never appealed to anyone for a penny. I started on the 2nd day of February 1938. And anyone who can go back far enough will know I have never once asked for one nickel. I either had to prove it to myself or else let it fall by the wayside. And so I tell you, it works. It will not fail you, but we are the operant power. It doesn't operate itself. If I know what to do, do it. If I do not do what I know I should do, that's sinning. I'm going to miss the mark. Not anything else. If I know what is right to do and I don't do it, well then that's sin. So let us now go into the silence and see ourselves as we would like to be seen by the whole vast world. And when we break the silence and go home tonight, walk in the assumption that we are that person. Now let us go.